This routine has worked beautifully for me in the last 8 to 9 years. This was my skin when I started, and this is my skin now. We're going to be talking about retinols and how to use them, how to layer them. Today on the menu is panna. I love mangoes. That's kata. This is again Zoe, link for it in the description, have a look. And keep in mind that this is an advanced video, so if you're going to feel a little lost, make sure you go back and see the Retinol series. So with that, pay attention and let's get started. The most important thing in a basic skincare routine is you have a great cleanser, you have a great moisturizer, and you have a great sunscreen. You do not require toners. No.
But they hydrate.
Your moisturizers need to hydrate you, and your cleansers shouldn't be drying your face so much that you need extra water on your face. Change your cleanser. If your skin is too dry and it requires an immediate splash of a toner and an essence, check your cleanser. Now you're going to start introducing retinoids in your PM routine, right? So in the PM routine, do your very thorough cleanse. Make sure your cleanser is really good. Spend the time in cleaning your skin. It's incredibly important. The cleaner your skin is, the better retinoids are going to affect your skin, because then they have a clean pathway right down to the bottom layers of your skin. And now for moving retinoids to advanced usage. You'll wait first day for 10 minutes before you use your moisturizer. Right? Now keep in mind, we're no longer using moisturizer and then using retinoid, because now your skin has kind of got adjusted to the retinoid, so you're going in straight with the retinoid. See your skin over the next 3 days or 4 days. If your skin doesn't have any additional flaking, doesn't have any additional redness, inflammation, kuch nahi hai, your skin is well adjusted, you can actually then stagger the moisturizer for 15 minutes later than your retinoids, because the moment you put your moisturizer, it kind of buffers your retinoid. Now if your skin becomes too dry, too flaky the next day, it feels very dry and stretchy, then introduce the moisturizer earlier. Instead of waiting for 10 minutes, do it after 5 minutes. Let your skin be your guide. Now this routine you could follow 4 times a week or even 5 times a week, and just 2 times in a week you could do your serums and all this stuff. On the days that you're not using retinoid, you could work your serums between the cleanser and the moisturizer. This routine has worked beautifully for me in the last 8 to 9 years. This was my skin when I started, and this is my skin now. And I don't use any makeup. I really don't use any makeup. I just have some, what do you say? Concealer, because I have a lot of dark circles, but otherwise I don't have any foundation, nothing. Kuch nahi hai. It's all clear. The whole detail is given in my video, which is going to be listed in the description box below. It talks about the entire routine that you can follow. The question is, what do you do in the AM routine? I realized that I could get all the hydration of the hyaluronic right from my moisturizer. So I had one active less, and therefore that more sanity in my skincare. So I'll use the vitamin C, then I'll use the niacinamide, then I use the alpha butane, and then I'll use azalite. Then I moisturize, and then I let all of this sit and then use the sunscreen. Quick questions now. How do you combine exfoliators with retinoids? Short answer, you don't combine them. Long answer, you combine them on separate days. Next, how do you combine vitamin C with retinoids? You don't combine them in the same routine. Vitamin C's are always moved to the AM routine, and retinoids always stay in the PM routine. What you could do as an advanced retinoid user is, instead of using 5% vitamin C, move it up to 20% vitamin C, because now your skin is able to take it. It's fortified, it's stronger. Introduce the vitamin C 20%. I have a whole video on percentages. Make sure you look at it. Link is going to be in the description box below. At 20%, if you feel irritation, a little bit of tingling, you'll know it immediately with vitamin C, because when you go in, you'll start feeling a little bit of tingling. Wait for it to pass. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. If it has gone away, you're good. If it persists beyond a minute, then your skin is not ready for 20%. Step back into using 5% or 10%, wherever you are at. But let your skin be your guide. Next question, benzoyl peroxide and retinols. You can't combine retinols and benzoyl peroxide together again, right? So you can use the benzoyl peroxide in the morning, and you can do a spot treatment, or if it's part of your face wash, you are happy to use it as much as you want, but just don't use it in the same routine as your retinoid. Next question, can I use retinoids when I'm planning to get pregnant? No, you can't, because you never know when you're going to get pregnant, and retinoids can be very, very dangerous to the fetus. During such time, it's good to just up the percentage of your vitamin C and go all out on using higher percentage of vitamin C, because they also give you massive anti-aging and UV damage protection. So do that. You can use soy in your skincare. There are some products with soy. I'm going to be listing them in the description box. Have a look. You could also, use a lot of exfoliators. You can use lactic acid, that's gentle. You can use AHA, BHA, depending on your skin type. Next, I am 18. Can I use retinols and retinoids? Now let's cover the age group between 18 to 27. At this time, your collagen is at its highest peak. So technically, you don't need anti-aging help from retinols and retinoids. But if you're very active, when I mean active, I don't mean you're partying, you're going to malls, or going for long drives on motorcycles. No. When I mean active, I mean you're out in the sun and you're playing. You're heated up from inside and you're out with UV radiation. That can cause a lot of damage to your skin, right? So at such time, it is highly advisable that you use a very good UV protection, use vitamin C, and also then introduce a mild retinoid, because that will really help in making sure that the UV damage is minimized. Look at that. But in low percentage bhi chalega aapka. If you have acne at this age, you definitely have to meet a dermatologist and get on a retinoid if your doctor suggests for you to do that. Because remember guys, acne is a skin disease, right? And you also have to work on your nutrition and your exercise apart from working on your topical skincare. It continues to surprise me how nobody is interested in the fact that your topical care is just 20% of your skincare. Your baki 80% is your nutrition and your exercise and wellness, and nobody wants to know about that. I keep asking this question in the community कि आपको wellness के बारे में सीखना है, आपको nutrition के बारे में सीखना है, and no, topical care. If only I could tell the youth on my channel that 80% of good skin and good hair is made internally. But till the time you don't ask me for that wellness video, I'm not going to create a wellness video. And I have so much to tell you about wellness because I have worked in a healthcare company, one of the leading healthcare companies of India. You guys. I think with that we are done. And here is how you apply Retin A. So the quantity I'm going to use is going to be a little higher than the pea-sized. And I have been using retinoid for almost 7-8 years. So my tolerance is much higher, but let your skin be the guide the next day. I dab it equally everywhere. And then we go in. Again, using the balls of your finger, make sure you're able to massage the retinoid right inside. The reason why massaging these products in is so important is because you're warming the skin and you're warming it for better absorption. The more your skin is warmer, the better it absorbs the products, right? Now, Retin A doesn't have a lot of slip in it, so you might feel your skin moving around a little bit. So just make sure if there's too much of pressure, then you kind of back off and leave it the way it is. Now, I am an advanced Retin A user, so I can control the cream very, very well now. I've had the days where I burnt my skin also. So I go in fairly deep. I go in here. Retin A can be very, very hazardous to your eyes. So guys, be very, very careful. I go in till here and I go in till here of my eye area. Now, it can also cause a lot of drying on your lips, so stay away from the lips, but I go in around the lips fairly close. Even over here, it can cause a lot of burning and it can cause a lot of scaling over here. So introduce retinoid slowly on this area because you do need support here, but very gently. Post that, I'm going to go in with my moisturizer for the night. It's always good to warm up the product when you're putting it into your skin. Done. There's no product left on my hands at all. It's all well absorbed, full paisa vasool. And we are done. Have fun.